A car out of walk. I pray this devil died and get every evil thing the Lord got to give. And listen, I know you look at us in the state we in right now. Come here, Shahala. Come here, Shahala. I know you look at us in the state we in right now. Black people on drugs, and we suffering and dying. And I know it seems like you can do whatever you want to this people. I know it seems like this, but the time for glorifying yourself is soon at an end.
Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakathum, my brothers, Yahweh Shemal Lathan, my Shem Yahushua, my sisters, precinct officer of 5,000 Rakab of the ISUPK, start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. Rule for new brother or sister: when a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6-month period in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, be found in Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi 3, 8 through 10 means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for the priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We currently observing the Feast of Dedication, and which is it lasts for a duration of 8 days. We're currently on the 7th day of that. The closing of it will be tomorrow. All right. So, furthermore, I want to get into the Passover. ISUPK's 51st annual Passover. It's $100 fee for all adults 17 and over. The kids get in free. You can start sending your funds in today to the ISUPK. It's going to be on Thursday, falls on a Thursday, April 9th, and it starts at sundown. The location is going to be Westchester County Center, 198 Central Ave, White Plains, New York. The zip code is 10606. All right. Okay. You know what I mean? So we're going to get straight into it. We're going to talk about this demonic spirit called the holiday spirit, man, that's been running loose all holiday season. You know what I mean? We about to get straight into that. First and foremost, I want to let you know that if you a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian that engaging in these festivities such as Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve is something that's strictly prohibited for you to do as an Israelite. You know what I mean? By the Most High. You know what I mean? This ain't what we saying. This comes straight out the scriptures from what the Lord laid down for us. You know what I mean? So we can learn our history and learn what's acceptable before the Lord and what's unacceptable. You know what I mean? I know you ain't really used to hearing that in the Christian church, because your pastor, he all about making that money, trying to make you feel good, and you don't use the Bible for nothing else but a musical instrument. You know what I mean? You think the Bible is a drum or something like that. You know what I mean? You better open that thing up and start reading it and find out what the Lord laid down in there for us, so we can make sure that we get up out this captivity, man. You know what I mean? We get up out this hell that we in, that we suffering under, the oppressor that we suffering under. You understand? So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to just jump straight into it. I got it right here. We're going to spark it off with Jeremiah 10 and 1. So let's spark it off with Jeremiah 10 and 1. Matter of fact, Let's see if I want to go. Yeah, we start off with Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which the Most High speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. So this ain't something that pertains to everybody. This is something specifically directed to the Israelites. That's to be communicated to the Israelites, which would be the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians today. You know what I mean? The man that's currently occupies the land of Israel today is not a real Jew. You know what I mean? He's not a direct descendant, nor does his lineage trace back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I mean? Those are not his forefathers. However, they are your forefathers. Being an Israelite is who you are as a people if you are so-called black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. You know what I mean? And this is something that the Lord had laid down and wanted to be communicated to the Israelites. So let's keep it pushing. Thus saith the Most High. You know what I mean? This is the Lord saying this, man. The Most High saying this, not me. Just like I said, let's read on. Learn not the way of the heathen. Learn not the way of the heathen, right? First off, what is a heathen according to the context of this particular verse? A heathen would be referring to a non-Israelite people, right? A non-Israelite people such as Africans, Europeans, East Indians, Arabs, so on and so forth. Anybody that's not so-called black, Hispanic, Native Indian, Haitian, or Jamaican. You understand? So that's what would be considered a heathen, right? And it's saying, learn not the way of the heathen. What is it referring to when it's saying the way of the heathen? It's talking about the customs of those people. The Africans have their own customs. Arabs have their own customs that are specific to them. You know what I mean? That identify them as a people. You know what I mean? That's something that's relevant to them. Their customs are relevant to them. You know what I mean? When it comes to the Africans, the Europeans, East Indians, Arabs, Asians, so on and so forth, they have their own way of life. And the Lord is saying, don't learn their way of life. Meaning what? Don't celebrate Christmas. Don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Don't celebrate the 4th of July. Don't worship a Arab God called Allah. Don't worship a white God called Jesus Christ. You understand? And when I'm talking about Jesus Christ, I'm not talking about the real Yahweh Shai that's recorded in that Bible. I'm talking about the God of Christianity. You know what I mean? I shouldn't say Jesus Christ. I should just say Caesar Borgia. You know what I mean? Worshiping that white God. You know what I mean? That's what we need to refrain from doing. That's what we shouldn't even entertain in the slightest form or fashion. You know what I mean? We shouldn't engage in these other heathenistic customs, right? That's what it's speaking on, right? So refrain from their way of life. We have our own customs as a people that we were not to depart from. But because we disobeyed the Lord, you know what I mean, we got caught up, up under our oppressors, ended up in slavery. And because our oppressor is such the devil that the Bible speaks of, we don't even know who we are as a people, and we don't even know our identity, let alone a culture that we have of our own. We don't know anything about our heritage. You know what I'm saying? As a people, you know what I'm saying? That's what's so important. And that's why the ISUPK is so crucial in delivering all the information that we've been delivering to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians since 1969. You understand? Because we giving our people their true identity and their heritage back. You know what I mean? So therefore, you can leave Christmas alone. You can leave Easter alone, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, all these holidays, all these gods that don't have anything to do with you. You know what I mean? And that's what the Lord is saying. He's saying, don't learn their ways, man. Let's read on, though. Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. What does it mean to be dismayed? Like, don't be worried about the signs of heaven. What is heaven? Heaven, according to this, would be referring to the sky. You know what I mean? So what you see in the sky, like the sun, the moon, and the stars. You know what I mean? Don't be dismayed at those things. Don't worry when you see, you know what I mean, what you call, what is it? The winter solstice. Don't observe the winter solstice. Don't worship, you know, the sun, the moon, and the stars. Worship the Most High. You know what I mean? Because that's, let me just finish reading on. Salakia. For the heathen are dismayed at them. Because, once again, that's a custom that the heathens have. They have a custom to look at the sun, the moon, and the stars, and, you know, they scared of the sun, the moon, and stars. Like they think if they don't worship, what is the God? Let me just get the God real quick, man. I done forgot this heathen garbage, man. You know what I mean? Bear with me one quick second. I just want to get there to make sure I got it right, so I can deliver y'all the right information and what I'm trying to drop on y'all right quick. Bear with me one quick second. All right, no sweat. So during the winter solstice, right? The Germans had a belief, right? They are during the winter solstice, the Germans, they would honor a pagan god named Odin, right? Now, Odin, he made their belief that they had was that Odin would make flights through the sky and decide who would prosper or who would perish because of his presence during the winter solstice. A lot of these Germans would stay inside of the house. Why they stay inside the house? Because they think that the god Odin that's flying around outside would probably decide to kill them, make them perish. You know what I mean? Which is absolutely ridiculous, man. That ain't about nothing. You know what I mean? If you believe in that mythological garbage, then you need to evaluate yourself, because that's something really wrong with you for believing in that. You know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing is like, where's the other god, right? Saturnalia, right? This is a Roman holiday called Saturnalia. I'm saying this. The reason why I'm saying this because I'm showing you how the heathens are dismayed at the signs of heaven, right? So we're in the so-called winter solstice, right? And the origin of this Christmas garbage comes from that winter solstice, which is what I'm trying to communicate, right? So the origin of it would be called Saturnalia. That's the origin of this Christmas garbage. And it's a Roman holiday, and the purpose of the holiday was to honor Saturn, the god of agriculture, right? And the belief was that pleasure or happiness was the most important goal in life. And the practices consisted of feasting and excessive drinking, right? Businesses and schools closed so everyone could enjoy the fun. You know what I mean? Doesn't that sound like something that we used to? It sounds just like that Christmas garbage, man. You understand? And that's exactly what it is. That's exactly where it derives from. And that's exactly why we're doing it today. You know what I mean? Whether you think you got your own reason for celebrating it or what have you, at the end of the day, you're doing it when this is celebrated. You know what I mean? You're not just coming together to get with family or nothing like that, or what have you, like which is what most blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians will commonly say is that, well, I don't do it because it's a fat white man and elves and flying reindeers or what have you, or even because of the origin of it. I don't celebrate it because of that. I celebrate it to get with the family, right? when we all know that's garbage, because if you was just celebrating it to do it with your family, right? To come together as a family and enjoy your family and be thankful for your family or what have you, then you would do it more often. You wouldn't do it on the day, like Christmas, the holidays that we have here inside of America. The only time so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians get together is predominantly during these holidays. You know what I mean? All the other days of the year, the 365 days in the year, you know what I mean? Probably got about 2 handfuls of holidays, American holidays that are celebrated here, right? That we engage in, right? And I guarantee you that you're not making the same effort to make sure that the family dynamic, you know what I mean, stays all together, stays nice and compact, and everybody stays unified and thankful for each other, man. That's some nonsense, right? But we're gonna get to that we're gonna get to that in a brief second. So let's keep it pushing. Let me see, where was we at? Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain, right? The customs of the people are vain. So the customs of these heathens, non-Israelite people, right? They are vain. What does it mean, vain? Vain means nothing, man. So there's no meaning. There's no real meaning to Christmas. There's nothing meaningful about Christmas. There's no meaning to Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? There's no real meaning to New Year's. You know what I mean? All of their customs are something that is considered vain to the Most High. Right? So let's read on. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. One cutteth out a tree out of the forest, the hands of the workmen with the axe. You know what I mean? That would be your lumberjack. Lumberjack chops down trees, right? So this is talking about one of the customs that was even being practiced by the Israelites during the time where the prophets are old, right? Because Jeremiah he has to communicate this to the Israelites during his time period. You know what I mean? Even during his time period, he had to communicate this to the Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, which is the same thing that we have to do right now. One cutteth the tree out of the forest. What do they do with that Christmas tree? We're like traditionally, if you're trying to be right and exact for Christmas, what you would do is you would get that real tree. You know what I mean? A lot of us, so-called black, Hispanic, Native Indians, we got that fake tree. You know what I mean? And you're going to put that thing up and you're going to put it in a box and you're going to use it next year and for years to come. Because you can't afford to buy a $300 tree that just freshly been cut out of the forest. You know what I mean? Because you in poverty. You can't afford to just use it for a time period and discard of it and purchase a new one when Christmas rolls back around. But traditionally, if you was trying to stay right and exact to the practices of Christmas, then what you would do is you would get that tree, you know what I mean, which a lot of Israelites was doing during that time. They chopped that thing out of the forest, boom, and let's read on. They deck it with silver and gold, Salakia, and with gold. So they deck it with silver and gold. Don't that sound something similar like to what you do today? So you taking a tree out of the forest, you cut that tree, and then you deck it with silver and gold. What they do today during Christmas, they take that silver trim and they spiral it around the tree. They take the gold trim and then they put it, spiral it around that tree. You know what I mean? Let's read on. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. So now you taking it and you putting it, you got nails and hammers, you know what I mean, to make sure that it stays when you got the base of the tree. You doing that at the base of the tree to wherever the foundation is, and then you doing that to make sure that the tree doesn't fall. You know what I mean? Because once again, you know what I mean, this is a real tree that's being utilized for this practice. You know what I mean? So it ain't just got the little legs that pop out and then the tree just stay up like that. They actually have to nail this thing down. You know what I mean? Let's read on. They are as upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They cannot go. Be not afraid of them. They cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. Now, a reason why this would be done was because of the connection that the Christmas tree has to a so-called African named Nimrod. You know what I'm saying? Now, when this cat died, it was said that his spirit, he would reincarnate and come back into the tree, and that's why the tree wouldn't change colors or what have you. And then, you know, if you didn't bring gifts to that tree, you know, then Nimrod will come to kill you. Being inside of the tree, reincarnated inside of the tree, you know what I mean? You ain't come and put a gift under that tree. Now Nimrod will come and he'll kill you for not putting a gift under that tree. You understand? That's why it's saying, they speak not. You know what I mean? They needs be born because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them. They needs be born because they cannot go. Like now you telling me Nimrod is all up in this tree or whatever. The spirit of Nimrod is in this tree. And if you don't bring a gift to Nimrod, he gonna come kill you. When you just had to cut the tree out the forest. First of all, the tree ain't get up and grow legs and start walking out the forest. You know what I mean? You had to cut the tree out the forest. Then the tree can't even stand up on its own, let alone come to kill somebody. You know what I mean? Now you fastening it. You just had to fasten the tree down. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid of that garbage, man. You know what I mean? The tree can't speak. It can't do good or it can't do evil. You know what I mean? It don't have no power. I would say, listen, I'm going to say it just can't, it doesn't have the ability to execute vengeance. A tree doesn't have the ability to execute vengeance. And that's why it's saying, now when you hear this, clearly you could say, I'm not celebrating that garbage. I'm not doing none of that. You know what I mean? And why are you saying that? Because you know that it sounds ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that a tree would come and kill you if you didn't come put gifts under it, man. Absolutely ridiculous. That is I don't even understand how somebody could realistically believe that. You know what I mean? That's why it says it's vain. It doesn't mean anything. It's not authentic, man. It's fake. The heathens' customs have, you know, it's all fictional. But let's read on. That's pretty much it on that. But that's one of the practices of Christmas, you know what I'm saying, that you could find right here in Jeremiah the 10th chapter. You know what I mean? 1-5. Christmas is in the Bible, but Christmas is not of the Lord, man. You know what I mean? And it clearly says it right here. The Lord is telling you not to, you know, adapt this type of culture. You know what I'm saying? This is not your culture. What you need to do is refrain from doing this. Refrain from the celebration of Christmas, right? Just refrain yourself from doing that. You know what I mean? And you're going to have to fight to do that. You know what I mean? It's going to be a fight, but you're going to have to separate yourself from celebrating Christmas, man. I know, you know what I'm saying, your family's there or what have you, and you might feel compelled to go there because, you know, the whole family is there. And yeah, they're going to talk about you. They're going to say, you know, he's in a cult. He doesn't want to celebrate Christmas anymore. There's something wrong with him or what have you. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to celebrate a Christmas tree, man. Because you don't want to, be fake about your relationship with your family. You know what I mean? They're going to look at you like it's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? It's going to take some strength to come up out of that. You're going to have to fight it, though. And that's why you got brothers and sisters that's in this truth. They're going to hold you down, and, we going to war together. We going to war through all of this together, man. You know what I'm saying? But fight through it nonetheless. So we going to keep it pushing. Salakia. Let's go to Proverbs 3 and 31. That's what we going to get. Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. Hey, with me 1 second. We about to pull that. All right. We in the Proverbs. Here we go. 3 and 31. All right. There we go. Envy thou not the oppressor. Right? Envy thou not the oppressor. And what I want to do, I just want to pull the definition for the word envy for y'all right quick. So here we have it. It say, envy thou not the oppressor. Right? First of all, who is the oppressor? Let's ask ourselves, who is the oppressor? I'm going to go ahead and put this incense out. It's kind of rocking, kind of strong. You know what I'm saying? But let me put that thing out real quick as I get you the definition of envy. And then I just want y'all to ask yourself real quick, who is the oppressor of so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians? You know what I'm saying? We got to ask ourselves that, right? No. I'm going to just let you know. The same man that enslaved you, the same man that made you pick his cotton, the same man that lynched you, hung you from trees, you know what I mean? Burned crosses on your lawn, blew up churches with babies in them, little black babies. The same people that got the Mexicans, all the Hispanic tribes, you know what I'm saying, at the U.S. border being treated with absolute cruelty. That's who your oppressor is. But let me see, we got the envy right here. According to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, the feeling of wanting to have what someone else has. You know what I mean? Envy thou, not the oppressor, right? So don't want to have what the oppressor has. You know what I mean? And when, as it pertains to Christmas and Thanksgiving and all of these holidays and, just their way of life, period. You know what I mean? We want to separate from their way of life, their whole thought process, their philosophies and ideologies or what have you. You know what I'm saying? One being what? Equality. You know what I'm saying? What else do we have? You know what I'm saying? That we need to separate from. Homosexuality is okay. Abortion. What is that? You know what I'm saying? So to be pro-abortion, what do they call that? I forgot the term that they use for being pro-abortion. You know what I'm saying? I think it's reproductive something. You know what I mean? But listen, that's a problem, man. You know what I'm saying? We need to separate from that. It's not okay to abort your babies, man. You know what I mean? Don't, as a black woman, don't aspire to be like a white woman. You know what I mean? And she wants all the equality, you know what I'm saying? She wants to be equivalent to a man and things of that nature. Don't you be like that, you know what I'm saying? You be a righteous sister. You know what I mean? In subjection, in the proper order that the Lord established. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say that the head of every woman is the man, head of man is Christ. You know what I'm saying? The woman over them kids. You know what I'm saying? So that's the proper order that we should be in. And that way we can come back together and restore Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian homes. You know what I mean? Being like the oppressor, envying the oppressor, and trying to be like him or her. You know what I mean? That's what's destroyed us as a people. You know what I mean? But let's keep it pushing. Let's read on. Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. You know what I mean? That's what it's saying. Choose none of his ways. What are his ways? As we discussed prior, his ways are the customs. You know what I mean? You want to separate yourself, be in opposition to the ways, their customs. You know what I mean? Let's read on. But that's pretty much it on that. I'm going to drop that. I'm going to go to Amos 5:21 real quick. Let's go to Amos 5:21. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to get Amos chapter 5 and verse 21. Right here. All right. No sweat. I despise your feast days. Right? Hate and despise your feast days. This is coming directly from the Most High. The Most High said he hates and he despises your feast days. Your feast days like what? Your feast days like the 4th of July, like Thanksgiving, like Christmas. You know what I mean? You're going to have a feast during Christmas. You're going to have a feast during Thanksgiving. And the Lord hates and he despises it. You know what I mean? It absolutely disgusts the Most High to observe his people, his chosen people, celebrating a Christmas, feasting during Christmas and feasting during Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? That's something that's distasteful to the Most High. You know what I mean? It's absolutely distasteful to the Lord. Let's read on. Bear with me. And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. You know what I mean? And he said he will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Like that's something that we've let me just get that right quick, man. I know I just had it. Let me get that for y'all 1 second. Bear with me. We're gonna get that. Okay. No sweat. Okay. So, the solemn assembly, right? What would a solemn assembly be? So, solemn means marked by the observance of by the observance of established form or ceremony. You know what I mean? That's what, you know what I mean? We established Christmas, Salaki. We established Christmas as a ceremony in which we assemble. You understand? As Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people. Christmas has become something ceremonial to us in which we decide that we want to come together, which means to assemble, to come together, to unify, Salakia. You know what I'm saying? That's what we use Christmas for. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. Somebody hit me right quick. I had to clip that. And the Lord said he will not smell in that. When we come together, you cooking up that ham, you cooking up you cooking up them ham, them chitlins, you cooking up what's that they put in the collard greens? Dang, what's that? Oh man, I forgot how it's been so long what they put up in them joints. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I did forget. You know what I mean? Whatever you putting, all the abominable foods that you cooking on these holidays, man. These is an absolute abomination to the Most High. The Most High ain't smelling no pork. He ain't smelling no shrimp, crab, lobster. He ain't smelling, you know what I'm saying, all that nasty fish that you making, all that unlawful seafood that you indulging in. You know what I mean? The Lord, like the Israelites used to do like burnt sacrifices, and then, you know, certain things that we would burn, you know what I'm saying, they would be like a sweet savor to the Lord. The Lord would smell those things. You know what I mean? But that's what he laid down for us to do, and what he, you know, what he said we could burn, like what we could eat. You know what I'm saying? What was edible to us according to what the Lord established as far as cleanliness and uncleanliness. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord ain't smelling in none of these holidays where you cooking all of this abominable food, man. All of this unclean food. You know what I mean? Let me read on. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, right? Just like we discussed, the meats that you cooking, right? I will not accept them. The Lord is not going to accept that. Because why? Because it's unacceptable to be cooking that, let alone eating it. You know what I mean? Cooking that food for consumption is unacceptable to the Lord. He will not accept it. Let's read on. Where we at? Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts, right? Neither will he regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. That's talking about that big old fat turkey, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a manifold scripture, man. The Lord hates it all. You know what I mean? But this talking about you supposed to be, the turkey supposed to be symbolic for the peace between the pilgrims and the native Indians. Man, the Lord ain't hearing none of that, man. You don't want to hear nothing about them peace offerings from your fat beasts or what have you, man. Let's read on. What we have here. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs. Like, listen, that's just noise to the Lord. All them Christmas carols you listening to, all of that, man, that Rudolph music you want to listen to, all of that is noise to the Most High that he does not want to hear. You know what I mean? It's not something pleasant for the Most High to hear you playing Rudolph music and chipmunks and all kind of, you know what I mean? Nonsense, man. It's ridiculous. For I will not hear the melody of thy vows. You know what I mean? The Lord is not going to hear that. You know what I mean? You probably got all these Christians. I guarantee you it's a Christian. There's some gospel music out there about Christmas. You know what I'm saying? I could almost guarantee you that. You know what I'm saying? Hold on one second. I'm going to see if I can find something for you right quick. Christmas gospel songs. Here we go. Christmas gospel songs. Hold up. I think I got something right here. Hey, I knew it. Oh Holy Night by Mariah Carey. Joy to the World, Whitney Houston. It's what y'all Negroes probably up in there playing, man. All of this nonsense, man. The Lord don't want to hear none of that. You know what I mean? You supposed to be a Christian. You supposed to be somebody that's for the Most High. And you out here singing these songs that the Lord don't want nothing to do with. Right? So that's it on that. We're going to drop that. We're going to go to John 8:44. All right. Christians is ridiculous, man. Absolutely. Because, you know, they do whatever makes them feel good, man. That's why they in there singing all them songs, man. because it's something that make you feel good to sing them songs. However, singing those songs is not of the Lord. Celebrating Christmas is not of the Most High. You know what I mean? So doing John 8 and 44, right? John 8 and 44. Let me see where we at. Ye are of your father, the devil, right? So this is Christ talking to the Sadducees and, no, it's like not the Sadducees. It is Christ talking to the Pharisees, right? Which would be comparable to your so-called black leadership today. So that's what it would be equivalent to from Christ's time to the time that we are currently in. The Pharisees would be your so-called black leadership. And Christ is checking them and he's saying, ye are of your father, the devil. Who was the devil? The devil is the oppressor. You understand? And the lust of your father ye will do, right? So if the slave master wants to celebrate Christmas, if your slave master want to celebrate Thanksgiving and New Year's, you gonna do it because you gonna do whatever lust he says is acceptable. Whatever his lust drives him to do, you're going to do the same thing that he does. You're going to follow the footprint he laid down. All right? Let's read on. He was a murderer from the beginning. He was a murderer from the beginning. Right? Listen, just in the past week, right? Right before Christmas, that weekend right before Christmas, in Chicago, there was a memorial for a brother that died from gun violence, right? They were doing a party to memorialize the brother that died from gun violence. And during that party, you had some other people ride by and they shot up the party where they were memorializing the brother who died from gun violence, and they shot people ranging from the ages of 16 to 45. And after it was all said and done, 13 people had been shot. And I believe one died, if I'm not mistaken. You understand? But definitely 13 people were shot right before Christmas. Nationally, not nationally, as far, well, in the U.S., right? 26 people were shot. I think the larger portion of the people that was shot was in Minneapolis. You know what I mean? No, not Minneapolis. It was in Indiana, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Indiana. It was another mass shooting that was similar to the one in Chicago right before the Christmas. Why? Because the holiday spirit is a demon. You understand? The holiday spirit is demonic. You know what I mean? And it will compel you to be violent. They also just found a brother and sister. I'm not sure if they was brother and sister. Bear with me on that. You know what I'm saying? That hasn't been confirmed yet. However, in Boston, right in front of a garage, there was a woman and a child found laying dead on the street. You know what I mean? And it's now a death investigation. Some storefront in Dorchester shot up. Why? Because the holiday spirit is a demon. You know what I mean? He was a murderer from the beginning. You know what I mean? You're going to murder, you're going to rob, you're going to steal. You know what I mean? All in the name of Christmas. You're going to shoot somebody because you want to rob somebody so you can get your people Christmas gifts in abundance so you can have a white Christmas. You understand? You can have a good Christmas, right? That's the problem. You know what I mean? And the reason why you celebrating this Christmas, man, is because the white man, Salakia, your oppressor, is your daddy. You understand? He's your daddy. That's why you do what he tells you to do. If he tell you to be thankful for your family, you'll be thankful for your family. If he says, y'all come together and be thankful for your family on this day, you're going to come together and be thankful for your family on that day. You know what I mean? If he tell you to come together and give each other gifts and all of this and that, you know what I mean? Y'all going to come together and give each other gifts. Why? Because you are a slave that does what your slave master tells you to do. You know what I mean? That's why. Any other time during the year, you know what I mean? Somebody asks you for something, it's problematic. I guarantee you. Y'all wouldn't let a Negro sleep on your floor, on the couch. You know what I mean? But all during the Christmas time, everybody is so loving and giving. But you wouldn't let a Negro sleep on your couch. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely ridiculous. They gonna celebrate that Valentine's Day too, man. You know what I mean? Hate each other. We clearly hate each other in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. That is evident. You know what I mean? That's why we selling each other drugs. That's why we killing each other. You know what I mean? That's why you sleeping with another man's woman. That's why you lying. That's why you stealing. You know what I mean? From another Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. Why? Because we hate each other. But on Valentine's Day, everyone loves everyone. You understand? Why? Because your slave master told you to love on Valentine's Day. And you're a good slave that does what your master tells you to do. So that's why you celebrate Christmas. All right? You know what I'm saying? I should pull this real quick, but I ain't going to do that. You know what I'm saying? We losing light. So let me get it. Let me see. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. You know what I mean? He abode not in the truth because there is no truth in him. You understand? That's what you're doing. In the Christian church, you're not abiding in the truth. You know what I mean? The Christian church is full of lies and blasphemies against the Most High. You know what I mean? Full of it. They not telling you the truth according to what's in the Bible. I guarantee you they doing a Christmas party inside the church right now. You know what I mean? It's a party for Christmas inside the church, and they drinking eggnog and they eating pork chops and ham and all kind of abominable foods before the Lord. You understand? And I bet you it's all kind of adultery and probably even child molestation going on inside of that Christmas party inside the church, which is why you need to get out of the church. You know what I mean? Because you go up in there, you surely don't abide in the truth. You know what I mean? Surely you're not abiding in the truth. You know what I mean? When he speaketh a lie, Salakia. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Right? And because I tell you the truth, you believe me not. Right? We out here And we tell them, listen, man, that's the difference. The truth is not always meant to feel good. Because you've been going to that Christian church for so long, you know what I mean, and you used to being pacified and hearing everything that makes you feel good, you know what I'm saying? The pastor been pimping you out and making you just feel absolutely good about yourself for all the wickedness that you doing, man. And he'll tell you that Christmas is okay to celebrate. And they'll throw a Christmas party inside of the church. You know what I mean? But we looked at as some, we looked at like these cats can't be for real. They out here, they just anti-everything. They anti-everything American. They don't like the color white. You understand? Which is absolutely untrue, man. Nobody has any type of hatred for a color. You understand? You know what I mean? And when we come out here, we drop the truth according to the Bible, what the Christians claim to read. And we show clearly where the Lord tell the Israelites that he hate their feast days. You know what I mean? When he say that it's strictly prohibited for Israelites to celebrate these type of days, to engage in these festivities. We show that in the Bible, and we just telling the truth, man. But yet you look at us like we're the villains. You know what I mean? When you should look at the Christian pastor that's been telling you that it's okay and hasn't showed you in the Bible where it's incorrect to do that. Any more on that? Let me see. We're going to drop down to 47. He that is of God, hear of God's words. Ye therefore hear them not, because ye are not of God. This is to all you Christians out there, man. Now, if y'all was, all, the blood of Jesus and hallelujah, and you love the Most High and all of this and that, and you know what I mean? You was really for the Lord like you claim to be. When we told you what the Lord said to do, you would do it. You would hear it. You wouldn't disregard what we saying. You know what I mean? But rather, you would be receptive to what we was dropping on you, because it's coming straight from the scriptures. You know what I mean? You are absolutely non-receptive when we trying to give you the information according to the Bible. You know what I mean? Why is that? Because you not of the Lord. You really not a man of God. You really not a woman of God. You're not God's child. Why? Because you don't want to hear his word, man. You want to reject it. You want to be oblivious to it. You want to block it out. You want to neglect everything that we're saying, so that way you can continue dwelling in your wickedness. You can continue to celebrate Christmas. You can continue to celebrate Thanksgiving and New Year's. You understand? You can continue going to the Christian church. That's why you reject us, and you can continue feeling good about everything that you're doing and hear all the lies that you want to hear. You want to hear the lies because the lies make you feel good. You understand? And when we telling you it doesn't make you feel good, and then another thing that it gives you that you'll never get inside of the Christian church is accountability. It makes you have to be accountable for yourself and your actions. You understand? Which you never had to be accountable for. It makes you have to evaluate yourself. Make you have to examine yourself and see what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. And then there will be a change that is required of you based off of what you're doing that's unacceptable. You understand? And you don't want to do that. You know what I mean? And because you don't want to do that, because you don't want to hear the words that'll make you accountable, that will make you responsible and require you to change, you're not of the Lord. You understand? So, let's see if you want to get any more on that. Bear with me. Yeah, we're gonna drop it on that. We're gonna drop it on that. See, getting a little, we losing light up in here. See if I could get some John. We'll see what it do. What time we at? Oh, snap. All right. Let's go to Ephesians 5. And we start at 6. Lord alive, y'all still be able to see me. Ephesians 5 and 6. Bear with me. No. Come on. Oh, these pages, man. All right. It's no sweat. It ain't no sweat. Ephesians 5 and 6. Let no man deceive you with vain words. Right? So, let no man deceive you with vain words. We're going to read on. All right. What we have? 6. Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience. Right? Salakia. What is that saying? Who's the one that deceives you with vain words? We've been talking about it the whole time. Your Christian pastor is the one that been deceiving you with these vain words. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you go into the Christian church to learn about the Most High, right? Yet they're not telling you anything about what he said. You know what I mean? They only telling you what they feel is correct. You know what I mean? And you don't want to listen to the real priests and prophets of the Most High that's telling you what is right and exact according to the Most High and what is not. You know what I mean? And for that, because you want to continue to listen to the pastor who's not feeding you properly, you understand? And you want to reject the real the priests and prophets that's giving you the truth, you know what I mean? And feeding you the right information, you know what I mean? That's the reason why you're in captivity. This is why you're a good slave.
It's wartime, ain't no need to play. This slow ass nigga, you was never with us anyway. They say I'm going down for the things I say, so I went and got the Glock like you gonna roll with me today. Right here.
ISU.
That's right. Now hold on.